Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's check out this new team here. We're going to try out the Skeledirge paired with the Lickitung and the Wigglytuff. So good lead here for now. They have a chance to throw a super effective nuke, but they switch out into the Talonflame. So Talonflame here is going to be a pretty decent switch against us. We do go for the bait right there. Unfortunately, they didn't shield, so they are going to get to this flame charge. Here, we're going to go for the Lickitung switching to do these body slams. Hopefully, one body slam and some additional fast move licks is going to be enough. And it looks like it is going to be enough. They go for a fly here. It doesn't quite take it out, but the ensuing Incinerate does take us out right there. So a little bit unfortunate right there. We're going to have to come back in with the Skeledirge to farm it down. At least we have energy for that Annihilate still. Here, we're going to go for this Shadow Ball. We have to do some decent damage towards this Lantern. Here, we know that we can let this Lantern use some energy and hopefully take our Skeledirge out. And there we go. And now we have two shields with the Wigglytuff. We know that the Annihilate is still in the front, so we have a great situation, and they realize that it is GG's. So well played by us. Good games right there. Yeah, if we had maintained alignment, maybe it could have been worse investing a shield in that mid game, but we did find a way out of that situation. Our opponent here does have a Ninetales. They're going to switch into their Lickitung. So Lickitung here is going to have to tank a Disarming Voice. We try to switch out right there. It did not work, but we know that all the moves here are going to be resistors. So we just tank that move, and then we go into our own Lickitung so that we can maintain alignment further down. We know that we can tank all of these body slams, and so does our opponent. So this is basically just a bunch of body slams until one of us gets KO'd or one of us switches out. But I don't anticipate them switching out anytime soon because they know that we have the Skeledirge still in the front. We have a decision to make here. We're going to throw this body slam after they throw the body slam so that if they do come back in with the Ninetales, they get less farm. We know that this body slam will KO or get a shield, so let's see what they end up doing. They decide to let it go, makes sense, and now expecting the Ninetales. Yep, there it is. We're going to throw this body slam. Luckily, we had leftover energy to throw back. One body slam goes through, trying to get to another one. Nope. Okay, Skeledirge here, and then let's see what they have in the back. Okay, they have this Lantern lurking in the back. Lantern here is going to have to think about shielding this. We go for the Disarming Voice. They do shield. And then we're going to farm up just a little bit. Here we decided to let it go, hoping that the 2-shield Wigglytuff will be able to be enough. But let's see if that is going to pan out correctly. So we know that we can use the shields here. They go for the Serve. Okay. And now I have the decision to make. Are we going to shield here or are we going to save the shield for that Ninetales? Okay, these Serves are actually doing a lot of damage here. And our only play right now is to potentially farm down because we have to invest the shield here. And then we know that we still have to deal with this Ninetales. Ooh, this Ninetales is actually really healthy still. So that was the wrong play. We definitely should have saved our Skeledirge for that Ninetales. Investing a shield when the Lantern threw the Serve back at our Skeledirge was supposed to be the correct play. But we thought we could charm through the pack line right there, but kind of didn't realize they had that much health. All right, really bad lead here. This is a Shadow Bastiodon. Shadow Bastiodon here is chunking away at our Skeledirge, so we only have a Shadow Ball to throw. This Shadow Ball does get a shield from our opponent, which is interesting. But because it's Shadow, it is going to not allow us to get to another move. This Shadow Ball here, we end up fainting on the move right there, so that is really bad. Unfortunately, the timing of it, because of the Shadow Bastiodon, just did a little bit too much extra damage. So it looks like our opponent here does switch out into the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff right here is going to be a problem because once we go into our own Wigglytuff, they're going to be able to have their Bastiodon onto our Wigglytuff here. Okay, so Bastiodon is just a core breaker for this team, unfortunately, especially in the back. In the front, If it wasn't Shadow, we might have a chance, but it looks like they're gonna have to come back in with their Bastiodon right here. Bastiodon is gonna have to tank this Icy Wind easily, and now we have this Lickitung. Oh, it ends up being the just a straight up fast move team. Was that triple Shadow? No, it wasn't. It wasn't triple Shadow. It was a Shadow Bastiodon, Shadow Victory Belt, and then they have the Wigglytuff of their own. So just a straight fast move team, RPS team. Unfortunate. All right, next game. Let's see what we find. We got the Skeledirge on the Regi still, which is nice. Let's see what they switch out into, or if they stay in. They're deciding to stay in for now, which is okay. We're gonna over farm here. This is gonna be the Zap Cannon, I believe. We know that this Tropius here is gonna be pretty decent against the Lickitung, I believe. So we're just gonna go into our Wigglytuff here. Wigglytuff is going to tank the first move. We're gonna at least get a shield from this. We know that this Icy Wind is gonna take out this Tropius pretty easily. Expecting the Regi still to come back in. If they do come back in, we do have to consider shielding the next one because they are going to be able to get to a move here. Unless we go into our Lickitung. Let's see what we end up doing here, knowing that they do have some energy. We do go into our Lickitung here, and they have their own Azumarill. Azumarill here is going to have to think about shielding these potential Power Whips. It's going to come down to a baiting game or who invests the shields correctly. So they do invest the first shield correctly. Here we know that it's going to be a pretty big move, but we want to test it out. Ends up being the Hydro Pump. So now we know they have Hydro Pump and probably Play Rough. So we know that it's going to take them quite a long time to get to these charge moves. So we're going to apply the pressure. Double Power Whips goes through, gets the last shield. We can shield here knowing that it's probably Play Rough. Makes sense. And now it's going to take him quite a while to get to this next move. So we're going to make sure. Okay, looks like our opponent ends up using some energy onto our Lickitung. But we're going to save this energy, switch out into our Skeledirge, farm up. Okay, we're just going to throw a Disarming Voice here to a little bit undercharge and then potentially farm down. Perfect. And now we're going to have energy. This Azumarill is going to have to tank this Shadow Ball. Is this Shadow Ball enough? Not quite. But we know that we have energy on our Lickitung, so we're just going to fire off this move right here, and it's going to be GG's right there. So well played by us managing that energy at the end right there, especially against the Regi. The Regi was pretty problematic, especially throwing the Zap Cannon initially and then switching out. So next game here, let's see what we find. Will we be able to end off on a good note? This team does, like I said, struggle against Bastiodon in the back. In the front, there's a little bit of play if they don't shield, but overall, it's a pretty interesting team. All right, we got the Mansing switch in here. We're going to throw some chip damage. This Disarming Voice. Is it going to get a shield? No shield, but we're going to go into our Lickitung here. Lickitung is going to be able to absorb all of this energy. One Water Pulse does go through, though, so that's probably their plan is to go straight Water Pulse. This next Water Pulse here gets us into the low yellow. We're going to throw this Body Slam right before they get to a potential move. This Body Slam does it KO? Yes, it does. So we do maintain alignment. And we're going to try to race to a Power Whip, and we do sneak in a Power Whip. So this is going to get some big damage or a shield. Looks like our opponent does let it go. That's fine. And since we know that they have the Annihilate still here with some energy, we're going to come in with our Wiggly right here to just absolutely soak up all of this energy. It's going to go nowhere. Okay, one Night Slash, and then they're going to come back in with their Gligar, and that is GG. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.